Hey, this is Jonah Walker here. So, I've been doing some Osmo camera tests. I've been trying to motion track some footage into a stabilized shot of a wall. I want to do the Frighteners effect of something or someone inside the wall having a hand push out of the surface. So that is what my tracking markers are for, though they are actually just electrical tape taped on my wall. And I did it to track that part of the wall and 3D displace it. These are a couple of very low quality examples of what I'm trying to do. The edges are still very obvious, the effect didn't work the first time, and the second time, it's just okay and you can really see the edges. It's not very impressive, and I wanted to do better. So, because I'm not happy with the footage, I decided to shoot some new test footage to try out. And I figured, why not do a comparison with my DJI Osmo Plus and my DJI Osmo Pocket? Now, I was shooting in D-Log on the Osmo, so the footage is much flatter, and I shot both custom with the sharpening turned all the way down and with the sharpening turned to 0. Both just to see how it would look, but still always in D-Log, so it was flat on the Osmo. The Osmo Pocket obviously doesn't have a D-Log setting. You can't shoot flat, and you can't control the sharpening effects. So with the Osmo Pocket, I just shot it straight. But I did set the exposure manually. On the Osmo Plus, I also shot with and without a Z-axis stabilizer. And the shot is significantly more stable with the Z-axis on. You can just see my walk is much smoother with the Z-axis. But what blows me away is the quality of the Pocket versus the Osmo. The footage on the Pocket is so much sharper, and it shoots UHD at 59.94 versus 29.97 on the Osmo Plus, and it still just looks so much better. The footage is so much sharper. It's really impressive how good the footage on the Pocket is. I'm blown away. Now I want to show some comparisons, and this is 23.976 footage from the Osmo Plus as shot. And then I'm going to compare it with Osmo Pocket footage, 23.97 as shot, to really show the difference in quality. Now, the Osmo Plus is way more stable, but the Pocket footage looks so much better. Now, this is the same footage color corrected. I've been having trouble with the D-Log trying to color correct it and get it to come out without a color cast on it. And then the Osmo Pocket color corrected. And of course, it doesn't shoot flat, so it doesn't necessarily color correct as well. But the quality is still way better. And now I'm going to do some split screen so you can see. First with the Osmo Plus on the left and the Osmo Pocket on the right. And then the opposite split. Osmo Pocket on the left, Osmo Plus on the right. And of course the shots don't match exactly. Now this is the Osmo Plus shot at 29.97, though the Osmo Pocket I screwed up and shot at 59.94 instead. It still looks way better quality. Of course there's less motion blur because of the 59.94, so I did screw up. This is the same of the Osmo Plus color corrected. The red color in the wall pops in and out on different bricks. You can see it moving around. It just doesn't stay consistent throughout. And again, with the Osmo Pocket color corrected, it does look a lot more consistent, even though the exposure is not great. I would much rather shoot flatter. Here's the split screen with the Osmo Plus on the left and the Osmo Pocket on the right. Again, the frame rate is different. And here it is with the opposite, Osmo Pocket on the left and Osmo Plus on the right. Now this, I decided to try out 59.94 shooting and convert it to 23.97. So this is the Osmo Plus. Now, it only shoots in 1080, so this is blown up 200%. So obviously this isn't a fair comparison on quality, but it's just to show the difference of it. The Osmo Plus definitely has better stabilization with the Z-axis. I mean, you can see with the Osmo Pocket, yeah, slow down, it looked better, but it's still jerkier just because it doesn't have that Z-axis to balance it out. And it's really a big difference. I'm kind of hoping they come out with some sort of Z-axis rig for the Pocket. This is color corrected of the Osmo Plus. Same shot again. You can see it's just more stable because of that Z-axis. Now the quality is obviously much less because this is much lower resolution than the Osmo Pocket is shooting. The Osmo Pocket is just a newer camera and shoots higher quality shots, shooting the slow motion makes a huge difference on stability for the Pocket, but it still doesn't quite match the Z axis. It's good, but it's definitely not as stable. And here's the split screen with the left is the Osmo Plus and the right is the Osmo Pocket. Just to really show it off. You can really see the difference in the quality here and the stability. One side just looks so much better. The other side is certainly more stable. And of course, I switched again, the opposite direction, Osmo Pocket on the left, Osmo Plus on the right. Same shot, just to show the difference. Stability, quality. Wow, I hope there's some middle ground here. I hope there's some way to make the Pocket a little more stable like the Z-axis, because this is so different. Now, when it comes down to it, I just have to say the Osmo Pocket is amazing. It's so small. The quality is so good on this little camera. I am just blown away. But I miss the Z-axis. I wish there was a way to upgrade the Osmo Plus. I wish they would keep the same hand and just upgrade the camera like to a higher quality version, because if they use the size of the Osmo Plus with a higher quality camera like this, it would be so much better. And I know I couldn't always get the exposure, double the frame rate here to get the exposure right. So of course it's a little video looking. It's not perfect cinematography, but there is such a huge quality difference. The Osmo Pocket blows the Osmo Plus out of the water when it comes to camera quality. The Z-axis on the Osmo Plus, though, is so much more stable on walking. It really is. So it's depends on what you need. For quality, the Pocket is cheaper, and the quality is so much better. But the stabilization is still better with the Z-axis on the Osmo Plus and the Osmo. It just makes a huge difference. I'm wondering if you need a stabilizer onto your camera that attaches to this to make the Z-axis, because otherwise the stability just isn't there on the Pocket. Still, an amazing camera. I love them both, but the Pocket's quality just blows my mind. I'm so blown away. The new technology, DJI is doing such a good job. I love what these guys are doing, and I can't wait to see what they keep coming up with.